I think we've found a good spot for live streaming. I'm not sure what the internet's like, but the lighting is good.
Yeah.
We've hired a studio.
I hired a studio, live, new studio.
And it only costs the price of a burger.
Yeah.
But you just had a few chats with people.
Me?
Yeah. Who were the more friendly? You spoke to tourists. Did you speak to any British people?
No. Well, the British people were very rude, to be honest, you know. It's true, man. And the tourists were a bit more interested. Tourists are going to be interested. They're going to see something and be like, yo, what's this guy talking about?
People are more open-minded when they're on holiday. You lose your inhibitions when you go on holiday. That's why people go on holiday. Because you're out of
the comfort.
You're out of your comfort zone, but you're out of your usual routine.
Yeah.
Was I saying to you the other day that I didn't like it when I was in Morocco because I was in the same time zone as the UK?
Oh wow!
Was I saying that to you?
No, you wasn't saying that to me. No.
I didn't like the fact that I was that far away from home. Yet when it was 1 o'clock here, it was 1 o'clock at home. When you're on holiday, you want to be out of the loop. You want to be
What was the people like in Morocco?
Good people in Morocco. Yeah, good people. Very, very diverse, very mixed.
Best Middle Eastern, what would you say? Middle East? That's Europe.
It's in North Africa,
okay,
but it's an Arab country.
Yeah, it's Arab.
So there you go.
So what's your favorite Middle Eastern country?
To visit?
Palestine.
Probably Palestine.
What did you like about Palestine that stood out to you?
See, Palestine's not a holiday.
Of course.
I'll do a whole video on that one night. But just on the topic of being out of the loop when you go on holiday, one of the things I like the most about being in Palestine, as Muzamil, good evening, welcome. One of the things I liked the most about it was the internet didn't work there. You're uncontactable. You're actually on holiday.
That's the best. They say that's the best experience.
And people say, "Oh, just turn your phone off," but we can't, man. We are addicted, and sometimes to go cold turkey, you have to lock yourself in your bedroom, like on.
But that's like with charity these days. I see people. No one can give charity no more without announcing. Whether it's making a video of them giving a homeless money, or whether it's like, I mean, it's good, the internet, you fundraise, you do these things, awareness, you gather more people instantly. You can't knock on people's doors like back in the day, ask for donations in the street. It's very old-fashioned. But at the same time, like, still, that shows you that, you know, where the hell we're headed.
Thank you very much.
Oh, wow, okay, thank you.
What do you want to drink?
Just a bottle of water. You know this.
7 Up, please. No. One drink.
Oh no, it's fine. You have the drink. I'm
bottle
fine,
of water,
man,
please.
honestly.
Yeah, we'll share the water. Yeah?
Oh wow, look at this big chicken.
We'll share the water.
We're gonna still be on live.
Yeah, why not?
It's
dinner and discussion.
It's not good to talk and eat. You should know this, Ahi. Damn, this chicken burger is very big.
We'll take it in turns. You eat, I talk.
Yeah.
You talk. You eat, I talk.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. That's for you. Dadash is saying there's still people donating and not saying. You don't know because they don't tell you. Yeah, exactly. How do we know? Little do we know. Pass me that sauce, please, Corey. Yeah, that's the thing. No, you don't know what people are doing. And there's a thank you. There's a story about not judging someone. I can't remember who it is, but there's a guy. People see him in all these bad sort of scenarios and situations. Like no. It's like, oh, I saw him with a bottle of wine. Oh, he must be drunk, but he was actually pouring it out into the street. Or I saw him with a prostitute. Oh, he was actually helping her get off the street.
Yeah.
You know, you'll never know what's really happening, but you'll make an assumption about the situation. So who knows who does what, man? Maybe you've given hundreds of thousands of pounds to charity. I wouldn't know. Okay. So from your discussion, you asked people what they thought of Donald Trump, what they thought of Boris Johnson. I advise you go with open questions that don't require a yes or no. But maybe in that scenario, people would rather have an easy question. People don't want to make a fool of themselves. When it comes to speaking to people on camera, people are very worried about how they're going to come across.
But the thing is, everyone wants to be on camera at the same time. I see people's reaction. Everyone wants to be famous somewhere.
Not everyone, man. And
Not everyone, but like
all the
younger democratic.
The trouble you find in places like Speaker's Corner, the most interesting people, the people with the most to say, don't want to be on camera, and the attention-seeking idiots like ourselves are keen to be on camera. So I was actually saying maybe you can ask the presenter why he's wearing a gun shirt. Yeah, you got some reaction from your firearms T-shirt. Why would you wear a gun
To me,
T-shirt?
it's a shirt. I'm not promoting anything. I liked it. I got it. I'm gonna buy another one with an AK-47 across it.
Okay.
I like guns, you know. Well, what can I say?
Yeah.
What do you want me to say? Everyone likes guns. Well, not everyone, but some people like guns.
Everyone likes guns. What's your view on gun control? How much is a chicken burger in the UK? Here in Saudi, it's 6 riyal, around £1. Yeah, it would be a bit more than that. £3?
Yeah, £2, £3, depending where you go.
But the burgers here are really good. That's
I think we need guns in the UK.
Do we?
Yeah.
I think the problem is Jordan M. Hello. Jordan M is in the conversation. I hope you had a great holiday, Jordan M. Or if you're still having one, still enjoying it. We're trying to multitask here and eat and have a bit of a chat. I want to talk to you about gun control, Gotti, because you've been to America, where legendarily everyone has a gun.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still enjoying it. I hope you're having a great time, Jordan M. Jordan M's in Hungary. Gotti spends a lot of time in America, where gun ownership is a very common thing. And I was saying, I wouldn't want to be anywhere in America where a violent situation might occur, because anyone could pull out a gun, and if it's a case of self-defense, then they're well within their right to kill someone. Do you find people fear having a fight more?
If
If I was in America, I would not pick a fight with anyone, because I'd be worried that they are.
So that's why the UK needs it, because they've got knife problems here.
So you think if everyone in England carried a gun, we'd have less violence? It's difficult to square that circle. Joe Lewis is saying the murder rate in Texas is low. Yeah. So
Joe Lewis, whereabouts in Texas are you from? I've been to Dallas and Houston. It's funny. I got my funny story. When I was in Houston, I dropped my wallet one day in the bus station. I was traveling so much from Austin to Houston. No, from Houston to Austin. And all along, people were asking me money for like homeless people and all of that. San Antonio, okay, I gotta go there. The river walk, I gotta go out there. But let me tell you a quick story, Joe Lewis. Basically, what happened is I was traveling so much, and I dropped my wallet somewhere. I don't know, I was sleeping or someone stole it. I don't know, I was in a Greyhound station. And the next thing you know is like, I go to book something later on. I'm at the bus station in Austin. I just get off the bus, and I looked in my pocket, and I couldn't find my wallet. I was like, oh my God, what is going on here? Could you imagine being so far away from home in a place like Austin, in the middle of nowhere, and you lose your wallet? First thing I did was I had some spare cash. I hit up a friend. She let me borrow her card. Everything was all sorted like that. But at the same time, I was worried, man. I was like, yo, I got like a whole week left, and I'm here with no wallet. All my cards, my debit card, my credit card, my ID, everything gone. I tried to get the bus station to call the bus to see what's up. Someone must have got really happy that day, man. No, I don't live in Houston. No, I live in England, but I went out there. And then that's what happened. I lost my wallet, stole my wallet. Someone stole my wallet, or I lost it. Both things probably happened. Probably stole it whilst I was asleep, or lost it, and then they found it and stole it. No one returned it. So it was lots of money in there as well. I don't know, man, I had a lot of cash in there, probably like $400 or $500. I used to carry on a lot. I just used to think it was handy to have it. But then I had spare cash in the suitcase. So basically, I got my wallet stolen, but I still had spare cash. I still had nowhere to navigate around. So I had to still, I think I didn't even block my cards in the UK. I think I still let them carry on.
Did you go into panic mode?
I did, but then I thought, you know what, this is a lesson. And ironically, we want lessons for life.
Yeah, that's it.
So what I learned from that experience was I had a good friend at the time that helped me out. And, oh wow, you lost it in Rome. Yeah, it's the worst thing, the Dasha, when you're on your own and stuff. Why carry so much cash? I was just like stupid, really. I was just kept on putting like money in just to top it up in my wallet, and then it was something like that, 400, 500. It was definitely quite a lot. I had insurance though. I managed to get that back, but the main thing I was worried about was look where I am. So I just flew. I got my friend to book me a flight to New York. I went out back there because I was more happier, more familiar out there. And the funny thing is, it was the Houston flooding that went on, which you guys obviously know about a couple of years ago. So whoever won it must have really, whoever found my wallet must have really won it, because they must have hit the jackpot with that. No one was handing it back in. So yeah, that was an experience, a kind of bad experience I had out in Texas.
When I went to Iran,
yeah,
I was told out in Iran, no cash machines are going to work. They're not going to take any Western credit card or anything. The only place you can't buy Iranian riyals in the UK. The only place you can get the money is when you arrive at the airport. You can go to a cash machine.
Yeah.
So I was going to be there for 2 weeks. I went to the cash machine and I needed to take out enough money to last me for 2 weeks. But you don't want to get that wrong. You don't want to go too low. So I must have taken out, £500 worth of Iranian riyals or whatever. Now, the Iranian riyal to the pound, 500,000 Iranian riyals is about £12.
Wow.
So I had notes and notes and notes that said £500,000 on it, or 500,000 Iranian riyals. All my money for the week. No chance to...
Thingy wrote...
no chance to...
Luckily, I used one of my friend's card. I lost £200. Oh man, sorry to hear that, man. But your friend's really good for that. Carry on.
So I had all my money on me for the stay. I was like, man, if I get robbed, that's it, over. So I had like half in one sock, some of it in another, some in my wallet. Like, I was trying to think, if I get robbed, at least I can give them this and say, oh, I don't have anything else. And I was given strict instructions, or clear instructions, of how to get a legit taxi to the hostel where I was staying. And I was trying to follow these instructions, having got the money. And then I wound up at some taxi rank, but it wasn't the official one. And some guy said, yeah, I can take you there. And it was getting really late and I was really tired. My gut feeling was like, don't go with this stranger. He is not a legit cabbie. This is not on the meter. This is a mini cab who's going to take me out into the middle of the desert and
play with you.
Yeah, kidnap me. I really regretted getting in the car, but I also just wanted to get there. And I was like, yeah, can you do it for this amount? Yeah, no problem. And I took the risk, and yeah, everything was all right. But when you arrive in a country, you're very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you don't know anyone. But we crave that. We crave being away from everyone we know. We crave being away from our phone, and that's why we want to go as far as we can. And it would be a shame if the world becomes so small that there's nowhere in the world you can go where they don't speak English, where you don't have the internet, where it isn't exactly like normal. Whether you agree or disagree with Brexit and the EU, etc., and people go on about having a single currency would be a great thing, I like changing money. I like looking at the notes and seeing how it's different. I like feeling like I'm abroad, like I'm in a different country. As Muzam was saying, always research before arriving to any country. Yeah, absolutely right. And even though I had researched and I knew what to do, I ended up not following my own advice. But there you go. And the other thing someone told me recently was, if you want to visit a country and you really want to get a feel for the country, don't go to the capital.
No.
But capitals are most built up, most commercialised. Everyone's going to speak English. Everyone's going to accept American
Rip you
dollars.
off.
You want to get a taste. You need to go out in the sticks, out in the middle of nowhere.
That's Ireland, though. That's Ireland.
Yeah, parts of Ireland, but
Ireland, West Ireland, amazing. Hospitality, everything. Dublin, horrible. I don't even think I went there. I just stayed outside.
When were you in Ireland?
2011 or something.
Yeah, no. Ireland is a beautiful place, but as with globalization, the real or the original culture of countries is always in the remote areas. So as you
I did the Ring of Kerry, Dingle, all of that. Cliffs of Moher. Yeah.
Cliffs of Moher, beautiful.
Everything in 3 days. I got a car. I've done all that. That's the beauty of traveling alone everywhere. When you travel alone, you get to do so much. You have all the freedom, the flexibility, the time. Learn 10 words.
10 words for the country you're visiting. You'll make friends right away. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think a few words go a long way, especially the fact that people think English is the lingua franca of the whole world.
Yeah, I mean Spanish I need to learn it. It's such a universal language.
When I was in Italy, I don't speak any Italian, but I'd make an effort if I knew a word or two.
Yeah.
Italy is one of those countries that, where do they speak Italian other than Italy? Nowhere, really. It's not like French, where half of Africa speaks French, or Spanish, where most of South America speaks Spanish. Italy didn't, although they tried in East Africa. And if you've watched my Somalian vlog recently, you'll know.
Assalamu alaikum, Abdullah.
Assalamu alaikum, salam Abdullah. You'll know that parts of East Africa, they're in Somalian, although that the language is an African language and they're heavily influenced by Arabic, there's a lot of Italian words in there, because Italy tried to conquer East Africa, Abyssinia, as it was called.
Yeah.
But the Italians are quite, not rude, but forceful in the way that some would stick to their own language and speak Italian.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Either wouldn't understand English or wouldn't
Malta's like that.
want to understand English.
Yeah.
And the friend I was travelling with, Jamal, who appears on this channel sometimes.
Yeah.
He offers salsa lessons, by the way. The guy's from Uzbekistan, so he speaks Uzbek. He speaks.
Hola, amigo.
He speaks Russian.
Yes.
He
What's
speaks
up,
English.
baby?
And
Abdullah.
he's talking to these Italians in English, and they're getting rude that he's speaking to them in English.
Yeah.
But this is his third language, man. Come on. It's not like he's some English guy who is so ignorant and doesn't want to learn a language. But everywhere in the world is forced to learn English. I've even been abroad and taught English. It's a nice opportunity. But why should English be the language that everyone learns? Shouldn't we be learning another language? And what language would you like to learn, Gotti, if you could?
Gaelic.
Why?
It's the old school, weird language.
But wait, when are you going to use it? I mean, credit to you.
I forget that.
I wish it was alive.
I'd say maybe Spanish, because when I go to America, if I want to go to Mexico, Colombia, Peru, Brazil, all of these places, Spanish is so, important. It's like an English language. It's like I'm sure it's the second most popular language in the world right now.
Probably, second most widely understood.
Arabic, I can read it, I can't speak it. It's typical, we were raised that way, so when we read the Quran in mosque,
Can read it, but you don't really
read
understand.
it, but we don't understand it. So when we get older, we say stuff like Iblis, so we realize, okay, that's Satan.
Mm-hmm.
We say, all these little things when we were reading the Quran or praying, and we start to put it in our head and think, oh wow. So as we get older, we've learnt that.
Asmil Muzammil is asking your name.
My name?
Yeah, what's your name, sir?
My name's Sajid Shah.
There you go.
That's my real name. My stage name, Saj Gotti.
We refer to him as Gotti often on the channel. Dardasha is laying down a challenge for you to say hello in 10 languages. Let's see who. All right, go. Say hello in 10 languages.
Hola, bonjour.
Whoa. Okay, tell you what. We've got 10. Let's see who drops out first. So you said hola.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Bonjour.
Oh, you just stole my
you gave it to
man.
me. So you said hola. I said bonjour.
Hello.
Ni hao. That's Chinese.
Salam alaikum.
Oh, okay. You said okay. Merhaba.
That's not really a hello though.
No, it's a greeting.
It is. Okay, it's a greet.
Merhaba. That's Turkish.
Merhaba.
I'm going to win this challenge. 5, 4, 3.
How are you? Could I say how are?
We'll go with how are you. We'll let you have
Kaise ho.
Okay, so what's that? What language is that?
That's
Urdu.
Yeah.
Very good.
Kaise ho.
All right.
I think so.
Guten Tag is
okay.
German for you.
I use my own Pashto.
Oh, good.
Sangre.
Very good. Sangre.
Nice to meet you, Sajid. Thank you, Asmil. Moshi, Japanese. Julian, you have a new friend every day. What about
Buongiorno. There you go. That's Italian.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let you win. I think you won that one.
Who's checking these answers?
Who's checking these? Oh yeah, who knows actually.
Yo, Joe. What's your Facebook, man? I'm gonna hit you up, man. When I'm in Texas, I'm gonna probably be in Texas soon. We need to get together. You seem like a decent guy.
He's on the way. You know,
seems like he's got some knowledge.
You said you wanted to learn Gaelic, yeah? The Irish language. There's an Irish film about, and this will illustrate how the Gaelic or the Irish language has been lost. There's a film about a Chinese guy in China. Shall I do it like Saj Gotti or shall I just do it? Okay. There's a Chinese guy. He's in China. He loves the Irish language. That's normal. And he loves the Irish culture. So he spends all his time learning the Gaelic language because he loves Ireland. And he finally goes to Ireland and he thinks he's going to have this opportunity to speak the Irish language. And he goes to a pub in Dublin, in the capital, commercialised and multicultural, where the Irish language is not widely known. And he tries to speak to people. He knows Chinese and he knows Irish. And he tries to speak to people and no one understands him. And an old guy who does still speak the language starts speaking to him in Gaelic, in the Irish language. And all the locals in the pub say, "Oh, Jim, I didn't know you spoke Chinese." They didn't even recognise their own language.
Oh, wow.
That's how sad that is. How widely spoken is Pashto in northern Pakistan?
Well, apparently some Sikhs even know it.
Yeah? There are Afghan Sikhs.
Yeah. So, like, someone I know was speaking and there were Sikhs there. And he started talking in his language and the Sikh hit him up like, yo, I know what you're saying type of thing.
He got caught out.
And I'll tell you a funny story. Actually, it happened with a Pathan guy and another Pathan guy. So one guy goes to buy a car. This is in England. He goes to buy a car. Now the other guy is saying stuff like, the other guy thinks that this guy isn't Pathan, so he's banging on in his language to a colleague of his, saying, rip him off, as they say, scam him, you know. And funny enough, like, the guy was like, obviously he told him, like, he heard it, and he's like, oh damn, you guys are talking in your language about. He put him on the spot. Next thing you know, the embarrassment and all of that was crazy. Like, it was so embarrassing to be caught out like that. So you gotta be careful, man. If you're gonna, people talk their language just fine, whatever, but
a lot of people don't typically look like their ethnicity.
Yeah. I get it a lot.
Well, you just got it just now. This guy says, wait, you are Afghani? You look Latino.
I know, I get that all the time, Abdullah. That's what I'm saying about Spanish. I need to learn it just so I know it. But
But people probably presume you can speak it.
Yeah, and I had instances in, they presume I can speak it. Yeah, Spanish, of course. That's why I need to learn it. I just need to learn it for my own, just to answer people back. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of not being able to speak a language that people think I can speak. I want to be able to just speak it just for the fun of it. And I don't think it's that hard. It's kind of got Englishy vibes to it, some of the words. I pick it up. But when I was going back to what I was saying was, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So there was a guy once, and he was like in a food store, and he was talking, I think it was Urdu or Punjabi. Yeah, it was Urdu. And now I know Urdu because my dad speaks. So like it was like, yo, the guy was just straight dissing me. And I'm sure he was, because he was like saying something to his colleague in his store, in a sandwich store. He thought I was a white guy. I heard him say something along the lines of, oh, so-and-so and so-and-so. It was almost like he was calling me like just derogatory terms. My reaction was shock, like, whoa, really? Well, I'm not from Afghanistan. Basically, I'm from Karachi, but I have Pathan in me, so yeah, so I'm not from Afghanistan, but I'm from Karachi. Well, my mom's from Karachi.
They're Pathans, your family?
Yeah.
So the Pathan or Pashtun ethnic group is in Afghanistan, but some people are in Pakistan as well.
Yeah, but my father was born in Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
But we don't know about his root. Well, I done a DNA test not long ago.
Yeah.
So we have Vietnamese in 10%, I think. 10% Vietnamese. And yeah, and I've been reaching out to someone on the DNA thing, like a guy that's somewhere down the line we're related. It's a bit interesting. You guys should check out ancestry.com. Go on that. Find out your roots, man. You find people that are like related to you and stuff. It's really interesting. I recommend that.
I've heard on these DNA tests.
Yeah.
A brother and a brother could have different results.
Wow, I've never heard of that. I'm gonna probably get my brother to do it and see.
But you would have thought if you've got all the same ancestors, you'd have the same DNA. But it seems like different parts come through with different siblings, which makes me question it anyway. And are they just?
It cost about like £75.
But I think they're going to clone you.
Yeah.
They're going to use your DNA to clone you.
Yeah.
What are they doing with our information, man? If you see what they're doing with our online information, you would think twice about sending your DNA off in a.
How do you know it's real?
Yeah, how do you know it's real? 100%.
Well, the thing is,
especially if two brothers.
No, but the thing is, like, okay. I wish I could show you now. No, I can't show you now. I was gonna show you, like, you won't be able to. Well, basically, there's a picture of a guy, right, and he's talking to me. We've stopped talking now. He's from up north. He was born in America. And he's got some similarities of us in him. Like every family member I've showed of him, they've seen like the pictures. My family member said he does look like us.
Is he your DNA twin?
He's like from your parents, which is what. Well, the thing is, Abdullah, I had very limited information. So basically. For example, my dad he was born pretty much orphan, so he never knew his parents, his family. And my mom, no birth certificates, both of them, as you guys know, in Pakistan and these places, Vietnam, Pakistan, wherever, all of these things are common, probably still common to this day in some parts. So with the limited information of my dad literally knowing his mom's name and rough date of birth, I had to put all these pieces to the puzzle together, and I still found some results. Most of them, a couple of them were in America. One was an Afghani guy. The other one was he was a South Asian guy. Didn't really state.
You've tracked people who have DNA that's close to you?
Yeah, and there was a couple of Vietnamese, there was 2-3 women on there. I got the results. I'll show you sometime. And I really recommend it though. Even you guys might say, yeah, how do you know it's real? But to me, it's like, it's an experience, and you just pay that one fee. You send your samples they send it to Dublin, and then Dublin, it comes back within 1 week or 2 weeks. It's a big thing. A friend of mine done it, recommended it to me, said that she was talking to all kinds of relatives from America. She even went to visit one. I mean, you never know. You know, you might have a millionaire there. How about that?
You might just find out your great-granddad is Mr. Burns or someone like that.
Yeah, you might have a millionaire, or you might have a poor Renee. Someone really poor, you know? A poor Renee.
Yeah, poor.
Poor Renee.
100 air.
Yeah.
But
Or you might even have a meatitarian there.
You're not worried that there's an ulterior motive as to why they're gathering everyone's DNA? Like the face app, when everyone started taking a picture of their face, and this is what I'm going to look like when I'm old. Surely that was a con.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to give my DNA to them though. They do say that the samples on there also. Is there a battle going on? I feel this, or there's a sword fight going on.
Yeah, sorry
there's people
about that.
training.
Let's finish up, man.
Training fencing. All right. The noise. All right, guys. It was just a quick one.
Yeah. We'll probably hit you up in the car if we get a chance.
We might be back soon. This has been Lessons for Life. We need to get off the battlefield. They're reenacting the Battle of Hastings.
Yeah.
The swords are clashing.
Yes.
Metal sparks are flying. But we'll do it all again soon. Abdullah A might come to the park on Sunday. You'll be very welcome.
Yeah, I don't know if they keep the sample. I'm sure they probably do for a
Keep
time.
it for 100 years.
Yeah.
Keep it for 100 years and they clone you.
But we're going to sign out now and probably hit you back in a little while.
All right. This has been Lessons for Life. Big up, hey.
Sorry about the noise.
We were here, we're gone. There it is.